Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube family. It's Coach Erica Janelle coming before you this morning, just wanting to talk about a topic that I think is such a undervalued topic, something that you don't see most people talk about, and you dang on sure don't see most women talk about it. But I want to talk about the topic of recognizing and appreciating our amazing Black men for being amazing fathers, amazing supportive partners, amazing supportive husbands, boyfriends, friends, just amazing men in general, our Black men specifically. Often in the media, you hear so many negative connotations about the men and how, they're absentee fathers and they're not involved with their children and they don't do this and they don't do that. And I mean, hey, I've experienced nothing but that in my life. I mean, being abandoned by my own father. Well, technically not abandoned. My mom took us away from him because it wasn't safe. He was very abusive. But even when he was around us, he like I said in a previous video, he never even spoke to me. So I always thought the man hated me. And I never had that. So from an early age, I never had positive males in my life. My grandfather would have been the closest one to a positive male, but he struggled with alcohol abuse for so many years. And there were other issues that I didn't even know about him until probably the last 3 years, that changed my view of him even. But I've just never experienced it. And then in my past marriages, I've seen nothing but, my ex-husbands, be cheaters and abusive and liars and manipulators and walk out on their children or be abusive in front of their children. So my viewpoint of Black men has been nothing but negative. And despite that, I never allowed it to change my concept of what I knew was out there. I never held that mindset to think, all our men are terrible men, or all of our men are cheaters and liars and abusive, or all of our men abandon their children. I always still held out for, knowing that can't be the reality. The reality is I just picked wrong, or my life just wasn't full of those positive examples. But I know that those positive examples were out there. I look back at my pastor, who is my god brother. His mom was my godmother growing up, and I was raised in church, very heavily in church, since the age of 10. And I used to look up to him, and he became that standard of what a good man was. And I'm so glad that I had him to look to, because I couldn't find it in my own family, but I had it in them. So there would be times where I would find myself, when I was younger, I would literally just be up under the positive people in my church more than I would be at home with my family, because it was so much chaos and so much brokenness and so much abusiveness and just hurting in my family, that my church was my solace. And so maybe I feel like that's the reason why I didn't lose hope or lose faith that I would see good, positive Black men outside of my pastor. Well, fast forward, and I can't, just talk about my own experience, but I have been so blessed to meet so many amazing fathers, from my ex-boyfriends that I've dated after my divorces, to just friends, guys that I know, great husbands, faithful, committed husbands, faithful, committed boyfriends, great, amazing fathers. Shout out to CJ, you're the best. You know how I feel about you. He's amazing. My boo's an amazing father. Shout out to you. But I've been blessed to have, really good friends and really good people in my life. My friend Noel's an amazing dad to his daughter. I think about these guys and what they've done in the lives of their daughters and the impact that they make on their daughters and their sons, and how their positive influence gives these kids such an amazing opportunity to become better people and to become more confident and more secure in who they are. It took me so many years to get to that place of peace and wholeness and confidence and security, because I didn't have that. Like, I never started with that. And then in my own life, the guys that I married were not great fathers. They abandoned their children. They weren't involved as much as they should have been. And it's just like, it came full circle for me. I would say after my divorce, I started to meet really, really amazing, positive guys outside of just even church, just in general, just people that I've met, just friends, just husbands and they, how they love their kids. I can name several guys. Shout out to Noel, who basically taught his daughter about her period, and he made sure she had her emergency to-go pack ready and in her book bag every day, and made sure she knew how to properly dispose of, you know, her sanitary items and things of that nature. Like, that to me blows my mind. And I feel like this is something that so many people overlook and so many people take for granted, and they don't talk about this. They want to show our black men in such a negative light. They don't want to show our black men as strong and positive and faithful and committed and loving and caring and nurturing and awesome providers and just all of those things. So I just wanted to take this time to salute you. You amazing fathers, you amazing husbands, you amazing boyfriends, you amazing friends. I think of my friend Ian. He's an amazing father, amazing husband, committed to his family, and I love that. Like, I love to see our black men that's just getting it. Like, it makes me feel so excited, because I just love to see that we are not what the media would love to portray us as. And you know, a lot of people give props to single moms. I'm a single mom. It's not an easy job. It's really tough. But I want to give props to our single dads, and even to our dads that are in healthy, happy marriages and relationships. I want to give props to those men, because they're awesome. And there's so many times that we just see negative. And I want to let you guys know that I see you. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm watching and I'm observing, and I'm going, you know, in the trenches with most of my clients are females, and I'm in the trenches with these clients, and I'm hearing all the stories about the guys who don't have anything to do with their children, and all the guys who are not involved and who do not pay child support, or who do not provide, or who's never been to a football game or a baseball game or track or cheerleading. I'm hearing all these stories. I've experienced all of these things myself, but it's so beautiful to know that that is not the reality. And that is not even, honestly, I can say the vast majority of the men that I know are amazing fathers. So I just want to take this time to tell you guys thank you, to tell you guys I see you, to tell you guys you are not overlooked, you are not undervalued, you are not underestimated, you are amazing. And I salute you guys. I really do. And I just want you to keep doing what you're doing. Keep being that light. Keep being that example, because you're impacting me. You're showing me stuff that I never saw and that I never had the privilege to experience. But I'm experiencing it watching you. And I'm loving every second of it. It's freeing. It's healthy. It makes me feel so good on the inside to know that you guys are so involved and that your children are so important to you. And I just love it. I love you guys for it. Keep being amazing. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.